What's up, YouTube? T Movies here. Now, of course, Warner Brothers had in modest, okay and not okay, 100th year. So hopefully, their 101st year is going to be much better. Because Warner Brothers, did stumble a little bit. Like they had some good stuff. Like I actually did not mind the DC films except for Aquaman. Waka was great. Color Purple, Evil Dead. But there was also some not so good stuff like House Party, Magic Mike, Aquaman Lost Kingdom. I'm hoping 2024 will bring Warner Bros. Back to prominence. There's not many DC films, obviously. Most DC films are not going to come out till like 2025. That's when James Gunn starts. But there is still Warner Bros. Films set for releases here. So here are the Warner Bros. Releases. All right. Coming out in March, the first Warner Bros. We have coming out this year, believe it or not, and that is Dune Part Two. Now, of course, we would have. This could easily have been in everyone's favorite of the 2023 list, but obviously got delayed because of the actor strike and all. And the first Warner Brothers was a massive hit. It did very well. Critics, audiences, especially despite it them dropping the thing on both HBO Max and theaters on the same day. So hopefully the sequel will come out and will be as good. The previews has looked really terrific. Dennis Villeneuve, I think, is a terrific filmmaker. So I have hopes that this will be as good as the first film, but we'll see. Now, also coming in March, won't be surprised if this actually gets delayed, to be honest. And that's Bong Joon-ho's upcoming film, Mickey 17. Now, of course, this is Bong's follow-up to the Oscar-winning film Parasite, and it stars Robert Pattinson, Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette, and Stephen Yeun. It is based on a sci-fi novel by Edward Ashton and follows the story of Mickey 17, an expendable who is disposable employee who on a human expedition sent to colonize the ice world. Not the ion. After one iteration dies, a new body is regulated with most of his memory intact. Now, this actually does sound like it'd be really cool. I mean, Bong Joon-ho is no stranger when it comes to the sci-fi elements. He did Snowpiercer. What was that Netflix movie he did? Oak, I think it was called. So he's really good in the sci-fi realm. So hopefully this could be a really cool one. And Robert Pattinson, he's a little bit has a relationship with Warner Bros. Now. They shoot the Batman. So hopefully this could be good. But I'm thinking they're going to delay it. I'm pretty much sure it'll most likely premiere at Cannes, the Cannes Film Fest. I can totally see that. But we'll see. Now in April, we got Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. Now, of course, the first Godzilla was a massive. The first Godzilla and Kong film was a massive hit. It was actually one of the few movies, like one of the first movies to come out when theaters were reopening and all. And so I'm definitely excited to see where they're going to take this new one. I'm pretty sure it's going to be as better as the first film. This time around, we got Godzilla and Kong teaming up, so that's going to be cool to see. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping it's good. Hopefully it's a hit, but we'll see. All right. Now, coming out in April, we got Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Now, of course, this is a prequel to the Mad Max Fury Road film with Anya Taylor-Joy as Furiosa, Chris Hemsworth, Tom Burke is also in this. The last Mad Max movie was a massive hit with audience, critics. It, of course, got lots of Oscars. So will this maybe be the same? Who knows? I'm hoping it's good, but we'll see. So yeah, it should be interesting to see where we're gonna get with this one. All right, now coming out in June, we got The Watchers. Now, Warner Bros. Could be a hit and miss with their horror. Obviously the hits are, their It films. Their misses has been The Nun. So a little miles there. Now, this, of course, is directed by the daughter of M. Night Shyamalan, and it stars Dakota Fanning as a 28-year-old artist named Mia, who gets stranded in a expensive, untouched forest in Western Ireland. Upon finding shelter, the unknowingly becomes trapped alongside three strangers who are watched and stalked by mysterious creatures each night. And I don't know, this could be interesting to see. We've seen directors' kids branch out pretty well before. Like Ron Harris or Bryce Dallas Howard has been good with the Star Wars universe. Um, Barry Levinson's kid Sam Levinson has been good. Ivan Reitman's son has done good. So could M Night Shyamalan's daughter be the next one? Who knows? All right. Also coming out in June, we got Horizon Part One, and in August we got Part Two. Now this is directed by Kevin Costner and is set in the pre and post American Civil War period, depicting the expansion of the American West. Now this stars Kevin Costner, who also directs both films. Sienna Miller, Sam Worthington, Jenna Malone, Abby Lee, Luke Wilson. Talk about great cast here. Now I should be excited for this, but I don't know. I'm not really all that excited. I mean, the Western genre, back let's say like back in like the 20s, 30s, 40s, the Western genre was pretty much the comic book genre of that era. So I feel there has been obviously westerns in the past number of years, like Django Unchained, Hateful Eight. Come on, Al Gordon accidentally shot someone on set of a western recent. But not really many great westerns has been out and about yet. So, and this is unpopular to say. I know. I was not a fan of Dancer with Wolves. And of course, Kevin Costner directed that, which I know there are a lot. Obviously, won an Oscar for Best Picture, but somehow beat out Goodfellas. But I just wasn't really big with Dancer with Wolves. He's directed some other stuff. Like I think his last movie was Open Range, which actually wasn't so bad. I think that I might prefer that over Dance with Wolves, but I don't know. It could be interesting to see. He's already like literally getting not one but two, and he's also planning to do others. Like this could easily be the Avengers of the Western world, just from the sound of it. But I don't know what's that. All right, now coming out in August, speaking of M Night Shyamalan, we got Trap. Now this is I still don't know what this is supposed to be about, but it's supposed to be a horror film set during a concert. You got Josh Hartnett supposed to be starring in this. Our Finder Boy from like The Faculty to Halloween H2O. So that could be really cool. I mean, M Night Shyamalan has been. I've always been a hit and miss when it comes to M Night Shyamalan. Obviously, The Sixth Sense was great. Signs, but he also stumbled. With stuff like The Happening, Lady in the Water. The Last Airbender, After Earth. But then the guy did came around very well with The Visit, and The Visit was so good. I love The Visit. Then he came back with stuff like Split, Glass, stumbled again with Old, but then of course he just gave us not Cabin in the Woods, Knock at the Cabin, which was good too. So hopefully this will bring him back to Shigoi. Hopefully it'll be in the next like Split or The Visit, and not not the next Ode or Happening. But we'll say. All right. Now coming out in September, we got Beetlejuice 2 coming out, directed by Tim Burton, starring Jenna Ortega, who's pretty hot right now, thanks to Wednesday and the Scream films. Of course, we got Catherine O'Hara, who's coming back, who's always great. Winona Ryder, Michael Keaton. I'm hoping this is a really great one. I love Tim Burton movies. There's not really one that I really truly dislike. Maybe his Planet of the Apes movie. Maybe that's his worst in my opinion. But other than that, I adore his stuff. Even his Charlie and Chocolate Factory. I don't care what anyone says. I will defend his Charlie and Chocolate Factory remake for years. It's really a solid one, and he's done some other great stuff. Obviously, the original Beetlejuice, Batman, and it is crazy to believe he has not really directed a film since 2019's Dumbo. So I'm glad to see him. Just anytime Tim Burton comes back is always a given. Now coming out in October, we got Joker 2. Now, the first Joker was a massive hit for Warner Brothers. becoming like $1 billion hit. Winning lots of Oscars, like for Walking Phoenix for best score, I believe. Yeah. So will this do the same? Who knows? It is said to be a musical, which that putting a lot of people the wrong way. Hopefully, what Todd Phillips does with this could be cool. I mean, you got Lady Gaga coming in as Harley Quinn, Joaquin Phoenix coming back as the Joker. Will it be as good as the first Joker? Who knows? But I'm definitely excited for this nonetheless. All right, now coming out in November, we got Alto Nights, which stars Robert De Niro and speaking of Barry Levinson, who of course gave us stuff like Rain Man, Diner. Of course, this kid right now is pretty much more the hot tamale now, thanks to like Euphoria, maybe not Yaga, but still. Now, this is, of course, a gangster film that stars Robert De Niro as not one, but two gangsters, as twin brothers, Vito Genovese and Frank Costello, are competing Italian American mob bosses, and Genovese orders a hit on Costello. Costello survives, but are wounded in an attempt, but O'Malley decides to retire from the mafia. You of course got like Deborah Messing is playing Robert De Niro's wife. That's really cool. Deborah Messing in like a mafia crime film. That's something pretty interesting. She was pretty good at Searching a couple years ago too. So it's always cool seeing Grace from Will and Grace is something very different here. Uh, and seeing Robert De Niro come back to the mafia genre, that's always a given. Come on, he is the king when it comes to the mafia films, whether it's like The Godfather Part 2, Goodfellas, Casino, The Irishman. It's a little odd that this is not directed by Martin Scorsese, and I'm not a fan of the title. I still think they should have just named it Mob Bosses. Was it supposed to be called Mob Bosses or Mob Land or something like that? Also Nights just sounds like a medieval film. Does not sound like a gangster film, but maybe I don't know. Maybe the title will work. Who knows? But we'll see. Now in December, we got The Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim, which is the anime prequel set 261 years before the events depicted in Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. It's got Brian Cox as Helm Hammerhead, with Miranda Otto reprising her role as Owen from the live-action Lord of the Rings films. I'm really curious to see what this is going to look like, what the animation style is going to be. Hopefully we'll get a trailer down the line, maybe a teaser or something. But I really cannot wait to see what this thing is. I mean, I'm not really like the world's biggest Lord of the Rings guys, but I do quite enjoy them. They do got some cool characters and some cool like story arcs and elements. So maybe this one will be decent too, but we'll see. All right. Now, Warner Bros. Do got some other stuff coming out, just don't really have release dates yet. Like Clint Eastwood's upcoming final movie, Juror Number 2. A juror serving on a murder trial realizes he may be at fault for the victim's death. It stars Nicholas Hoult, Toni Collette, Zoe Deutch, Chris Messina, Leslie Bibb, and J.K. Simmons. Now, of course, Clint Eastwood has always had a great relationship with Warner Bros. Like, if you have not seen like Max's 100th of Warner Bros. Special series, I highly recommend it. One of the episodes, of course, involves Clint Eastwood and his relationship with Warner Brothers, and he's been having a relationship with Warner Bros. Like for decades and decades. And this, of course, is supposed to be his final film. That's what he says. Come on. Hey, God bless Clint Eastwood, though. The guy is literally 91 or 92, around that time, around those age. And the guy's still out there making films. God bless him. Hopefully, this is a really good final one, but we'll see. All right. Now, who knows if Warner Bros. Is ever going to release Coyote versus Acme, but I'm not really going to make this a news topic or anything like that. But did you guys see like the voice of Coyote and Coyote versus Acme posted like a photo of that features Coyote in a courtroom with Will Forte's character and all, and I think the actor's name is Eric Buaz, I think his name is. Um, but of course, the caption above it said, "Coming, see you in 2024." Is that an option? Like, could that be a guarantee that we could finally get Coyote versus Acme in 2024? Because I hope we do. But if we don't, we do got new Looney Tunes coming out, and that is The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. Due to a series of antics at the Bubba Gum Factory, Daffy Duck and Porky Pig discovers a secret alien plot to take over the Earth via mind control. The duo must work together to stop the aliens while trying to avoid driving each other insane. I'm just glad we're getting more Looney Tunes on the big screen. I mean, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck has always, like, the Looney Tunes just in general, has always been so iconic, going all the way back to the 1920s, 30s, and all. So seeing them, making a comeback could be cool. I'm hoping we do get that Coyote versus Acme, whether it gets sold to Netflix, Amazon, I don't know, but that really did sound cool. But all right, now another film I've been talking about this. It seems like forever that I've been talking about this one. We got Salem's Lot. Now this is of course based on the Stephen King novel, uh, and it stars the likes of Lewis Pullman, Mackenzie Lee, William Sadler, and the plot centers on a writer who returns to his hometown of Jerusalem's Lot in search of inspiration, only to discover the presence of a vampire. Now, of course, there was like adaptations of Salem's Lot, one of which had Toby Hooper directing. So I'm intrigued to check out this new Salem's Lot. Uh, but it seems like I've been talking about this movie seems like forever. Will it finally come out in 2024? I don't know. I'm hoping it does, but we'll see. Now we do got some stuff that might be coming to Max. That is supposed to be for Warner Bros. But will be coming to Max this year. Seems like I really thought these things were going to come out 2023. Who knows if they're really going to come out? But first up, we got a movie called Kato Lake, which is produced by M. Night Shyamalan and stars Dylan O'Brien and Eliza Scanlon. And after an 8-year-old girl mysteriously vanishes, connections begins to form between past thefts and the disappearance at Kala Lake. So nice year for the Shyamans, so that could be cool. All right, we also got another thriller coming out called Sweethearts, which stars Charlie Hall, Kerna Shipka, Jake Bonavay. A pair of college freshmen try to break up with their high school sweethearts on the same night before Thanksgiving. I don't know, that could be cool. These are supposed to be coming to Max, like Salem's Lot, mostly Lake. But with everything going on with David Zaslav, when to cut down costs, who knows if these are going to come out. But they could always, you never know, they could always, surprise us. But anyway, another film coming out that sounds really intriguing is called The Parenting. It stars Brian Cox, and Edie Falco from, of course, Brian Cox from Succession fame, Edie Falco from The Sopranos fame, Lisa Kudrow from Friends fame, Dean Norris from Breaking Bad, Parker Posey from Scream 3, Nick Dodani from Atypical fame, and 13 Reasons Why star Brandon Flynn. And it's about a young gay couple, Rowan and Josh, host a weekend getaway with their respective parents in a country house rental. Things take a turn when the three couples discover the presence of a 400-year-old entity Eva. That does sound like be really cool there. Is this directed by Craig Johnson, who gave us the Skeleton Twins, and they also did. I don't remember what else they put out. Yeah, I know they did Craig Johnson did the Skeleton Twins. He did that Woody Harrelson movie Wilson, which is pretty decent. So he's put out some cool stuff here or there. This sounds like he could easily be like, I don't know, a horror version of Meet the Parents. definitely getting a Meet the Parents vibe there. So could be an interesting one to check out. All right, now another one coming. We got Turtles All the Way Down, which is directed by Hannah Marks and is based on a book by Josh Green, who of course wrote the books of that also got film adaptations like Fault in Our Stars and Paper Towns. Now this stars Isabel Mercedes along with Felix Millar from Gina Jordan fame, Creed Cucino from And Just Like That. And here's what's about. The plot centers on a 16-year-old obsessive compulsive disorder with obsessive compulsive disorder played by Isabel Mercedes, who pursues the disappearance of her billionaire. That could be cool. I mean, Paper Towns and Fault in Our Stars were both great. There was also like the adaptation of Let Snow. That was pretty decent too. So this could be interesting. Another good adaptation. All right, we also got another one that's actually premiered at Sundance back in 2021 called Am I Okay? Now, this actually had been acquired by HBO Max. At the time, it was HBO Max, but now it's just Max. Now, this is directed by Tig Notaro and Stephanie Elaine, and stars Dakota Johnson, Sono Mizzo, Molly Gordon, Sean Hayes, Kirstie Clemens. Lucy is a 32-year-old woman living in LA, realizes that all her dates with men are unsuccessful because she is a lesbian. With the help of her lifelong best friend Jane, she attempts to navigate coming out and dating women in her 30s. This could be interesting to see. Like I said, this movie has been literally. This is actually premiered at the Sundance Film Festival all the way back in 2021, and it's been picked up by HBO Max ever since. I haven't really saw the light day yet, so it's got good reviews too, which is odd, but we'll see. I mean, I'm pretty sure majority of these could easily get casted because hey, David Zaslav just wants to cut costs and all. I still would love to see Batgirl coming out this year, but we know that ain't happening. But still, there is still some cool stuff Warner Bros. Has coming. Let me let you guys. What are some of your anticipated films of 2024 from Warner Brothers? Are you excited for Joker 2, Dune Part 2, Beetlejuice 2, and the Max exclusive? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy signing.